Today, we're going to be talking about a topic that comes up to a lot of us, and that is actually citizenship by investment. Hello, I'm Irena Prgomet, and I am an assistant operations manager here in Nomad Capitalist. I have to start as someone who actually came to Nomad Capitalist without any kind of immigration experience. There were a lot of questions from my side, even what is even citizenship by investment, what is residency by investment, and a lot of other questions. So I prepared some of the questions that I asked my team members when I came here about these programs. And today I will be discussing those with you so that you will be able to find out what exactly is this. So the first question is definitely, what is citizenship by investment? So citizenship by investment programs actually provide investors and their families with the possibility of acquiring an alternative citizenship by simply investing in other country. So citizenship by investment programs basically offer you the opportunity to legally acquire a new citizenship very quickly and very simply without any visa applications, residency applications, passport application processes, and in some cases without even spending time in that country. So most countries allow their government to grant citizenship in return for some major contributions to society, to culture, the economy, and other interests of the state where you're investing. So the countries that offer citizenship by investment actually give you an option to decide on where exactly you want to invest. For example, most of the countries have some of the following investment options. So the first one, and I believe probably the most popular one, is definitely real estate. So with real estate investment, obviously you need to purchase a real estate in that specific country in order to be eligible for citizenship. Another option, which is very popular in Caribbean, is donation to the national government approved funds, and others not that popular, such as investment in government bonds or making a bank deposit, or even in some cases incorporating a company in that country. So another question is definitely, who qualifies for citizenship by investment programs? So there are not actually a lot of requirements in order for you to be eligible for citizenship by investment programs. So it's not the same as, for example, citizenship by descent, where you would need to fulfill a lot of requirements in order to just be eligible, and you will need to collect a lot of documents to prove your eligibility. So when it comes to citizenship by investment programs, and when it comes to the main investor, main applicant, you will be obligated to show a couple of things in order for you to be eligible to apply. So the first thing are source of funds, and showing that you actually have enough funds is most important thing here. Why? Well, it is simply because citizenship by investment unit needs to confirm that your source of funds is legit and legal, and that you have enough funds, not just for the investment, but also to support yourself and perhaps your dependents, which we'll talk about a bit later, after you actually receive citizenship from that country. Another thing is criminal record. So obviously we always advise that you shouldn't have any kind of criminal record. Now, this is something that sometimes can be doable. For example, Caribbean countries can tolerate a criminal record in cases where it doesn't have to do anything with your business or your funds. Malta, however, won't tolerate any kind of criminal activity. Of course, we're talking about minor charges here. So while Turkey, on the other hand, does not even ask for the police report from your country of origin, but they're actually conducting their own due diligence on the investor. So while we're talking about that, every country will actually complete the due diligence process on you, as you're the main applicant, and they dig deep. They will investigate and do research on your business, on your source of funds, on any minor thing that possibly caused some issues in the past when it comes to your business. In order for you to be eligible, you will have to pass the due diligence. In a lot of cases, this is not a problem. However, one of the strict ones, definitely, the countries that offer CBI programs is definitely Malta. So also all CBI options require you to have a clear medical record, and especially when it comes to communicable diseases such as the HIV. So I mentioned before that we will be talking about qualifying dependents. So this actually depends from country to country. However, not only the investor himself, obviously, is qualified for citizenship. So you can actually include your spouse, your children, now assuming that they are younger than 30 years old, unmarried, and at least a bit financially dependent on you. Apart from them, you can also include your parents-in-law, again, assuming that they're older than 55 years old and also a bit financially dependent on you. However, apart from this, you can actually sponsor someone else's application. So what does that mean? It means that if your child, for example, cannot qualify because they have their own income, but they do not have enough to do the investment itself, you can actually sponsor their application and he will also receive the passport. So the next question is, why would you consider it? Citizenship can be a great investment and can offer a lot, not just to you, but again, for your family as well. And this will bring you benefits for the rest of your life. So the second passport will give you more than just travel privileges. This will give you the opportunity to travel to other countries without a visa, which maybe your original passport actually cannot offer. The second thing, apart from that, is access. Now, we're not talking about visa-free travel here. We've all seen what happened during COVID in countries such as Australia, where, for example, their citizens were locked in other countries without being able to come back to their own. With the second passport, this cannot happen to you. Other reasons are financial freedom in terms of taxes and change of tax systems, regulatory freedom in terms of investing in other countries, such as investing in other countries' bonds or projects, crypto projects, and so on, and personal freedom where you simply feel like yourself. Plan B is also another advantage that we also often talk about. And why? It's because everyone needs security and everyone needs to feel secure and stable wherever they are. Apart from this, we also have a passport security and the ability to make life easier for future generations. So now that we covered this, and now that you understand what citizenship by investment programs actually are and who can be eligible and how, we're going to move on to some other questions that we very often get asked about citizenship by investment. The first question that we often get asked is, where should I look? This question I will have to answer with another question, and that is, what is your priority? So you will have to ask yourself this question and think if your priority is freedom, finance, lifestyle, or something else. But also think about, what if I can have it all? I will mention here Mr. Henderson's phrase where he says, if you have 3 buckets, how many marbles would you put in each? Are you looking for new business opportunities? Do you want the option to travel to other countries without visas? Is it essential for you to plan for your family's education and long-term future? Make sure that you think ahead to the future and what matters most to you. If you're in a country that is, for example, experiencing economic issues, you want to plan to move somewhere with extra security and protection for your assets, because this is something that you will need. If you're in a country that has high taxes, you want to plan to move somewhere that would be more beneficial when it comes to taxes. So the next question is, who offers the best programs? Now here, I cannot really say who offers the best programs, but I can see some of the best ones that are, in my opinion, again, the best. So if you're looking for example, another passport for Plan B, the best countries would probably be Caribbean countries, such as St. Kitts and Nevis, or maybe Grenada, for example. If you are, however, looking for economic stability, maybe more financial freedom, maybe the best option for you would be Malta. If you want to relocate to a tax haven country, again, Caribbean country would probably be the best option. If you, however, want to have a second passport for Plan B purposes, but also would like to have some passive income or something like that, the best option would probably be to get a Turkish CBI by purchasing a property there and then rent it out later. If you are applying, for example, with big family, St. Kitts and Nevis would probably be the best option, as it is the cheapest one when it comes to family. If you're, however, applying alone, I would definitely recommend Dominica or St. Lucia, because that would be also the cheapest one when it comes to one applicant. If your source of funds is crypto, I would recommend St. Kitts and Nevis, Malta, and perhaps Turkey for you. If you want to renounce your U.S. citizenship later, the best option for you would probably be Grenada or Turkey, as they provide you with the possibility to apply for the E2 visa later. If you want, for example, access to Russia and China, then Dominica would be the passport for you. If you are on the other side looking for more business opportunities, again, Malta would probably be the best. So for example, if you're looking for citizenship without ever going there, Dominica, Turkey, St. Kitts and Nevis, St. Lucia, Dominica, and Grenada would be definitely the passports for you. So you see now, everything really depends on what you wish to accomplish. So here at Nomad Capitalist, we are actually guiding you through these questions. Even if you do not know which passport would be the best one for you, we will definitely find it based on your wishes. Sometimes clients come to us and say, well, I want a Caribbean passport. And we say, well, all right, why exactly is that? To make sure that the choice is the right one, because this is for life. Sometimes people come and say, well, I want a second passport, but I don't know which one. And then we say, all right, so let's see what do we wish to accomplish here, and which simply starts from there. So the last question is actually, what are the steps to obtaining it? So when it comes to steps, I would say that the first step would definitely be for you to decide which passport you want to get. Decide on the investment route, and then the work really starts. There are a lot of documents that you need to get, a lot of fees related to the documents, and so on. That is why here at Nomad Capitalist we have the whole operations team who is working on getting documents on your behalf so that you can just lay back and relax, get a couple of documents, because we cannot do everything for you, such as, for example, the medical certificate, but with the rest we will definitely handle for you. Once our job here is done, once we have all the documents on your behalf, again, you can still continue to lay down. We will submit the application on your behalf, wait a couple of months for you to be approved, and you will get your passport shipped to your home address. So you see, we offer a holistic planning services that is tailor-made to your needs and look forward to helping you on your journey to the place where you are treated best.